Luke here with an update. Hey guys, so in my past vlogs I've talked about possibly giving you relationship advice in one of these, and so I'm gonna do that today. And I don't claim to be any relationship expert, but this is just stuff that I have learned over the years that I wanted to share with you. So this video is gonna be in two parts. It's gonna be out of relationship advice and in a relationship advice. So if you're a person that likes being in a relationship and you are currently out of a relationship, it can be a little bit tough. You might feel lonely, or you might long to be in a relationship or be jealous of other people around you that are in relationships, and it can really suck. But good news, there are a ton of people in this world, and most people have that same longing to be with somebody else feeling, and as long as you are social and active, you eventually will find somebody. And through the years I've learned that the most successful relationships start with an emotional relationship first. And emotional relationships that have the possibility to lead into something more are really, really fun. And you do have to be careful because sometimes the other person might not feel the same way with the whole possibly being something more, and then if you get friend-zoned, that's just the worst. But I feel like you still have to try, you still have to put yourself out there with knowing that you might get friend-zoned and that there might be a little bit of pain involved. But if you can sense that the other person feels the same way emotionally towards you, then you keep moving forward with it. And once an emotional relationship reaches a certain level, then you get to the DTR moment where you define the relationship. And if both people like each other enough, then you get into a relationship where it's exclusive, just you and the other person. And that's when I think that it's okay to move into an intimate relationship with somebody. A common mistake that I have made in the past, and I know a lot of other people have too, is that they'll jump into that intimate relationship too fast and they get physical with somebody else, and then you don't have that emotional relationship foundation that you built, and it becomes confusing and you don't understand why the other person possibly doesn't feel the same way. So I would say to hold off on any intimate relationships until you have some sort of emotional connection beyond just hooking up. And that's something that's just much easier said than done, because your body is almost built emotionally to feel like you should jump into that intimate side of the relationship quickly, but almost always a wreck afterwards if you don't have any sort of emotional connection first. So now let's move into the in a relationship part of the video. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to talk about while you're in a relationship is that I think that it's important to maintain all of your other relationships that you have around you, with your family, with your friends, and that you don't spend all of your time with your new partner. I've lost so many of my friends that as soon as they get into a relationship, they just disappear and they're gone. And I suppose that's fine if that makes that person happy to spend all of their time with their new partner, but it really sucks for all of the people around you if you completely disappear. But on the same note, while it's important to maintain the relationships with all of your friends and family, you do need to monitor the level of your emotional relationships that you have with other people. And the reason that I say that is because it's very easy to start new emotional relationships with other people that aren't necessarily considered cheating, but if you start spending a bunch of time and building an emotional relationship with somebody that's not your partner, jealousy can happen, and that's like a whole nother video in itself. So I know that might be kind of confusing, but basically what I'm saying is don't ditch your friends, but then also don't dive into new emotional relationships with people that might make your partner jealous. And something that I found to be really critical early in a relationship is to find out what your boyfriend or your girlfriend finds important in the relationship. And I'm sure some of you have heard of the 5 love languages before, but they are acts of services, quality time, words of affirmation, gifts, and physical touch. A tip from me to you is to try to figure out which one of those 5 your partner finds most important. And everybody is different, so for me, words of affirmation and quality time are the most important things, whereas somebody giving me a gift in a relationship, I mean, it means something, but not as much as the other two. And I've dated other people before in the past where me fixing their car or some sort of act of service that I've done for them means so much more than spending that quality time together. Which maybe makes me think that they were just using me for my handiwork, but you should figure out your own love languages for yourself too. So I think that's gonna be it for this relationship advice video. If you guys like this type of video, make sure to rate it and give it a thumbs up, because I just wanna know what you guys think. And as a bonus, I'm going to give you a preview of a new song that I'm doing with Landon Austin, and I will put it right here at the very end, and I will see you guys probably tomorrow. Goodbye.
No one knows my real name, just you don't give me away. But you want something that I will never be, so I just need you to know. I may not be able to fly, but I'll take you on adventures. May not move at the speed of light, but if you need me, I'll be there. Save the day when you start to lose hope.